Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Ghost and I make content for the game World of Warships Legends. I hope you all are doing well. If you guys are, go down in the comments and say so. If you guys have had a good weekend so far, I'm glad. But anyways, we're taking a look at the Tier 6 Premium American Light Cruiser, the U.S.S Boise. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go to the upgrades and loadout. We have Aiming Systems Mod 1, we have Propulsion Mod 2, and we have Steering. Sometimes I like to swap the steering for concealment, so yeah. We have High Explosive AP, we've got Damage Control Parties, we have Sonars, we have Repair Parties, which is surprising for a light cruiser at Tier 6, especially on an American light cruiser. We've got all the boosters on. We have the Independence Day 21 flag, along with the Type 9 camo that the ship comes with, and it looks very, very nice indeed. I like it. For the survivability, we have 33,300 hit points, 6 through 165 millimeters of armor. For the artillery, we've got 15 152 millimeter guns that shoot out to 17.3 kilometers, 8.5 second reload, 18 second 180 degree turn time. We have a 2,200 maximum HE shell damage, 15% fire chance, 3,500 AP shell damage, maximum AP shell damage rather. We've got the secondaries. We've got 127 millimeter Mark 27s. We've got 8 of them, 4.7 kilometer range, 4.5 second reload, and the HE shell damage is maximum is 1,800, 12% chance to set fire. The AA on the Boise is quite good. It's got the Orlikins, the Bofors, everything on here. It's quite good indeed. So look forward to it. And the secondaries also do count as AA guns, I believe, as well. So keep that in mind. For the maneuverability, we have 30.9 knots. It actually is a very slow cruiser, surprisingly. So, yeah, this thing is not the most maneuverable, so I like to put on the rudder to just help me with my rudder shift time. I really don't really care about the speed on this thing. It's very, very bad for a cruiser. Concealment's not very good. 11.5 by sea, 7.2 by air, and guaranteed is 2. Smoke is 5.8. Yeah, for the armor, it is a Brooklyn class, so it does not have the best armor. Basically, 19 millimeters is, or 16 millimeters is plastered pretty much everywhere. And the Citadel is actually a little bit lowered, but it still is up a little bit. So, yeah, I find that the best way to Citadel the Boise is at range, 10 kilometers or more. And, yeah, the casemates in the auxiliary room, not too good. Turret armor, not the best in the world. But it is still there, so I guess it could do something. Superstructure, bow armor, yeah. This thing does not have very good armor. High caliber AP, like most American cruisers, will shit on this thing. Pardon my language, but it's very true. Agile? No, that's not true. Nimble aim? Yeah, I could see that. And modest guns? Yes. A Brooklyn-class light cruiser? Yep. Her main battery consisted of 15 rapid-fire 152 millimeter guns. In the 1940s, the cruiser carried numerous automatic AA guns. Yeah. She was entered in service in 1938. There were 7 ships in the series. I'll see y'all over in the gameplay and the history. Alrighty, so here we are. We're going to be on Two Brothers. It's going to be the Capture the Base mode, and as you guys know, I absolutely despise of Capture the Base mode, but we will try our best here on Two Brothers. Now, this matchmaking does look pretty good, all cruisers and battleships, so it's not too bad for really us, but keep in mind, I am a light cruiser. I don't have the best armor in the world, so it's going to be quite difficult. But before we get into the match, we got to talk about a bit of the history of the Boise. So yeah, the Boise was one of 7 Brooklyn-class light cruisers built for the United States Navy. Of course, the Boise was named after Boise, Idaho. Idaho is a state in the United States. If you guys are not aware, the Boise was ordered on the 13th of February, 1929, and she was laid down on the 1st of April, 1935, and launched on the 3rd of December, 1936. She was commissioned into the United States Navy on the 12th of July, 1938, and yeah, she managed to get 11 battle stars, so she did have quite a interesting service indeed. She was also, after she was brought out of service in the United States, she was given to Argentina, and Argentina did actually buy, I believe, the Boise from America, and she became one of Argentina's ships that they used in their navy. So quite interesting. I think it's one of the only cruisers that actually become or to actually be given to a nation in South America. So that's quite interesting indeed. So yeah, the Displacement, 10,000 long tons. It was a big ship. The length was 600 feet. The beam was 61 feet. The draft was 19 feet. It did have some pretty good power systems and propulsion. The speed would, on average, reach about 32.5 knots, which is about 37.4 miles, 60.2 kilometers an hour. The complement, she had 868 officers and enlisted men. The armament, of course, she has 15 152 millimeter guns, as we are aware. She has some secondaries, of course, 127 millimeter 5-inch guns, the classic 5-inch guns that was commonly used during World War II by the United States Navy. So, yeah, the outbreak of war on December 8th, 1941, of course, as you guys are aware, I'm sure, that the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7th. The day after, Franklin Delano Roosevelt did go to Congress and request a declaration of war, which did happen. So, yeah, when the outbreak of World War II happened for the United States, the Boise was found off Cebu Island. That was where she was stationed. She was in the Philippines. On January 9th, 1942, the U.S.S Boise was assigned to Task Force 5, and he was there was a commander on the Boise, Rear Admiral Glassford. He was the commander of Task Force 5. His flagship, I believe, was the Boise. So, yeah, so the Boise during 1942 was mainly an escort ship. The Boise was escorting Australian and Dutch and British ships in Australia and around the Dutch East Indies. And that's what she mainly did. Now, after all that happened, the Boise returned to Pearl Harbor and was tasked to conduct a raiding cruise in Japanese waters in hopes of creating an impression, including generating radio traffic of a sinking force heading for Japan to draw attention away from the preparations of Guadalcanal. So, yeah, the Boise basically went up with a task force, attacked the homeland of Japan to make the Japanese think that the United States was planning an invasion of their homeland, but really, they were planning to invade Guadalcanal. So this cruiser was going off, causing problems basically all up the coast of Japan, while really the real problem for Japan was down in Guadalcanal. As I'm sure you guys are aware, the Guadalcanal campaign was one of the biggest battles in history for the United States Navy and for the Japanese. So it's very interesting indeed. So, yeah. During one of the battles, the Boise was struck by a heavy cruiser caliber shell, which almost did actually erupt the magazine on the ship, but they did manage to get it repaired. And eventually, throughout all of its service, she actually did manage to go over to Africa and help land troops and provide fire support on the beaches of the Mediterranean in the invasion of Sicily, the Battle of Gala. All over there. She was throughout the Mediterranean too. So she was not just in the Pacific, but she went over to Africa and helped the British invade Africa. So this cruiser was everywhere, and she obviously earned 11 battle stars. So it's a very, very interesting ship indeed. And eventually, she was stricken from the United States Navy on the 25th of January. She was decommissioned in July of 1946, and she was stricken in 1951, and she was sold to Argentina on the 11th of January, 1951. And the Argentina Navy did manage to actually keep her in service until 1979. So, yeah, the Boise went on, and eventually it did end its service in 1979. So she was a pretty decorated cruiser indeed. So, yeah, that's going to be the history segment of this video. Let's talk a little bit now about the gameplay here. Now, do keep in mind, we are losing this game. Yeah, there's not much we can really do about that. Now, notice our AP absolutely smacking the hell out of this Weimar. Like, goddamn. But, yeah, we're just showing off the AP on this thing. It is absolutely disgusting. Now, we are going to, unfortunately, I'm going to spoil this, but we are going to lose this game. But I'm just showing off what this thing's capable of. The AP is great. The HE has a pretty good fire chance. And yeah, the guns are pretty good on this ship if you guys build for it. Now, you guys can also, if you guys have this thing, I got it out of one of the crates. But you guys could do whatever you really want with this thing. But I find most success just building this thing for a kiter and just absolutely burning people down. Or, of course, when I have opportunities, which is going to be coming up very shortly, I'm going to absolutely obliterate people with AP. So, yeah, it is quite an interesting cruiser. If you guys have ever played the Helena and you guys like the Helena, and you guys ever get the Boise, you guys will probably like the Boise. The Boise is a pretty good ship if you guys know how to play it. Just do not you know, play it like a dummy, essentially. Don't be going broadside to everybody sailing in straight lines. You know, you got to use your concealment. You got to use your island cover, kite around, cruiser things, essentially, that we all are aware of. And just that's basically how you play this ship. It really doesn't change much from the Helena. Now, is this ship good? Is anybody, probably people might be wondering that. Is anybody wondering that? I don't know, but I'm going to answer, yeah. I think the ship is good in the right hands. I think any ship is good. I can make any ship good if I just play it well and play it right. That's pretty much any ship in World of Warships Legends. But yeah, I would say the Boise is actually pretty darn good. It's got 15 152mm guns. The reload's not the best, but yeah, it is. I would say it's a pretty good ship. And not to mention, guys, the heal on the Boise is very, very, very good. So keep that in mind when if you guys are playing this thing. It's almost got a super heal. So yeah, now we are brawling 2 cruisers right now, and watch what we do to this London with this AP. Absolutely disgusting. There's one Citadel. He's lucky not to be absolutely getting destroyed. Now, unfortunately, I can't turn out of this situation. I don't have the maneuverability, and I don't have the speed to get out of here. So I know I'm going to die, and I'm going to try to take as many of these guys down with me. Now, the London did go down, finally, and we are waiting for all of our guns to reload. We're on no HP, essentially. We're triple fired. We're on 1,000 HP, and we just absolutely destroyed that dude. Devastating strike, double strike, and yeah, that was absolutely insane. We had a high caliber as well. We did our part, 109,000 damage. Although we lost this game, I think it was still a good game regardless. It was a pretty fun match, and that right there, oh, it was beautiful. We absolutely clipped the London, and then to end it off, we dev struck the Zara. So I will take it, and I hope you all did enjoy it. And yeah. So if you guys have made it this far in the video, don't forget to go down there, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. It's always appreciated. I'm serious when I say that. I always appreciate every single one of you guys. We're going to fast forward to the end of this because the team has absolutely collapsed up to this point. Although this Leon was doing pretty well in the end here, and the team did get a few kills, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. The whole entire team absolutely collapsed. And of course there's somebody in the base, because why wouldn't there be? Welcome to Capture the Base mode. It's just such a great game mode, Wargaming. It is so freaking it's such a good idea. It's totally not simple in any way. But anyways, rant over. But yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. Hope you all did enjoy. If you guys did, like button, subscribe button, comment down below, and all the buttons are there for you guys. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you all did enjoy it. We were top of the leaderboard, double our team's XP. I mean, like, come on, guys. Come on. You just cannot make this shit up. Pardon my language yet again. But anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy as always.